The anatomy of a myth. Why we trust bad info. Stop worrying about hitting that 8 glasses of water a day goal. Honestly, you're probably fine without it. We've all heard it for years, that if you aren't chugging 8 glasses of water, you're basically a dried-up sponge. It feels like common sense, right? But here's the thing. That advice wasn't actually based on rigorous science. It's a myth that just won't quit. The truth is that your body is actually much smarter than a generic recommendation. You have a built-in sensor for hydration. It's called thirst. For most healthy people, drinking when you're thirsty is perfectly sufficient. Plus, you're getting a huge portion of your hydration from the food you eat, like fruits and vegetables. So, listen to your body, not the outdated chart. 5 medical myths. We still believe. There's something comforting about a medical myth. It gives us a simple answer. Take a pill. Avoid eggs. Never eat fat. Take antibiotics. Pop a sleeping tablet. Problem solved. Except, the human body has clearly not received the memo. Here are 5 medical myths that sound perfectly reasonable, until you look a little closer. Myth number 1. Medication is the primary solution for chronic conditions. Now, before we get into trouble, medication can be absolutely essential. For some people, it is life-saving. But chronic conditions are rarely caused by a shortage of tablets. Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, and other chronic conditions are influenced by a complicated mix of genetics, environment, diet, physical activity, weight, smoking, and other factors. Medication can control part of the problem, but it doesn't replace the rest. Think of it this way. If your car keeps overheating, you can keep topping up the coolant, but eventually, someone needs to ask why the engine keeps overheating. Lifestyle isn't an alternative to medicine. Very often, it's part of the treatment. The World Health Organization recognizes diet and physical activity as important components of preventing and managing chronic disease. Myth number 2. Sleeping pills are a safe, long-term solution for insomnia. This one is particularly understandable. You can't sleep. You're exhausted. Someone offers you a pill that promises sleep. It sounds like a miracle. But chronic insomnia isn't simply a shortage of sleeping pills. For ongoing insomnia, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI, is recommended as a first-line treatment. Medication may have a role, but long-term use isn't automatically the safe or sensible answer. In other words, the goal isn't just to knock you unconscious. It's to understand why you aren't sleeping in the first place and help your brain relearn how to sleep. Because if the solution to insomnia is simply taking something every night to make you sleep, you may have treated the symptom without dealing with the problem. Myth number 3. Eating eggs significantly raises cholesterol for most people. Eggs have had quite a career in the cholesterol world. 1 minute, they're breakfast. The next, apparently, they're a tiny edible heart attack. But it's not quite that simple. Egg yolks do contain cholesterol. That's true. But dietary cholesterol is only one part of the cholesterol story. The overall pattern of your diet, particularly the amount and type of saturated fat you eat, matters enormously. The American Heart Association says healthy people can include up to 1 whole egg a day, while people with certain conditions, including dyslipidemia, may need individual advice. So perhaps we can stop looking suspiciously at the humble boiled egg. It hasn't been completely acquitted. But it probably isn't the villain we once thought it was. Myth number 4. All dietary fat is bad, and eating fat makes you fat. This is one of the great nutritional myths. Fat became the enemy. Low-fat everything appeared on supermarket shelves, and somehow we ended up with low-fat biscuits that tasted like punishment. But fat isn't one single thing. There are different types. Unsaturated fats, found in foods such as nuts, seeds, avocado, fish, and many plant oils can be part of a healthy diet. Saturated fat is something to limit, and trans fats are best avoided. And as for the idea that eating fat automatically makes you fat, no. Weight gain happens when you consistently consume more energy than your body uses. That energy can come from fat, carbohydrates, protein, or alcohol. The question isn't simply, does this food contain fat? It's, what kind of fat is it? And what does the overall diet look like? And finally, myth number 5. Antibiotics are always the answer for a cold or flu. We've all done it. You wake up feeling awful, blocked nose, cough, sore throat. You think, I need antibiotics. Except your cold doesn't care. Because antibiotics kill or inhibit certain bacteria. Colds and flu are caused by viruses. So antibiotics don't kill the virus, don't make an ordinary cold disappear faster, and aren't a shortcut back to normal. There are bacterial infections where antibiotics are extremely important. And there are antiviral medicines that can help some people with influenza, particularly when treatment starts early. But antibiotics aren't the universal "I'm sick" button assigned to auto. And using them when you don't need them can cause side effects and contribute to antibiotic resistance, making some bacteria harder to treat in the future. So what's the real problem with medical myths? It's not that they're completely ridiculous, it's that they're almost true. Medication can be essential, but it isn't always the whole answer. Sleeping tablets can help, but they're not automatically a long-term solution. Eggs contain cholesterol, but that doesn't make them dietary villains. Fat contains calories, but not all fats are unhealthy. And antibiotics can save lives, just not when the thing making you sick is a virus. Medicine is rarely as simple as a pill, a food to avoid, or a rule to follow. And perhaps that's the most important myth to get rid of, that good health comes with simple answers. Because sometimes the most useful medical question isn't, what should I take? It's, what is actually causing the problem? And that question matters. Because once you start asking why, some of our most deeply held health beliefs begin to look a little shaky. We have become very good at treating numbers. High blood pressure? Lower the number. High cholesterol? Lower the number. Can't sleep? Make the person sleep. Cough? Find something to stop the cough. But a number is not a person, and a symptom is not necessarily the disease. That doesn't mean medicine is wrong. Quite the opposite. Modern medicine has done extraordinary things. Antibiotics have saved millions of lives. Medicines control blood pressure, prevent strokes, manage diabetes, and keep people alive who might not otherwise be. The myth is not that medication doesn't work. The myth is that one solution works for everyone. And that's where things get interesting. Because your body isn't a machine with 5 buttons labeled cholesterol, sleep, weight, cough, and blood pressure. Everything is connected. What you eat can affect your weight, blood sugar, and cholesterol. Physical activity can affect your heart, muscles, mood, and sleep. Poor sleep can affect appetite and concentration. Stress can affect blood pressure and how you feel physically. And sometimes, medication is exactly what you need to bring the situation under control, while those other pieces are being addressed. It's not medicine versus lifestyle. It's often medicine plus lifestyle plus good medical advice. And perhaps that's the medical myth we should be questioning most of all. That health can be reduced to a list of rules. Don't eat eggs. Don't eat fat. Take this pill. Avoid that food. Take antibiotics. Take something to sleep. The truth is considerably more inconvenient. It depends on the person, on the condition, on the dose, on the duration, on what else is going on, and sometimes on what we haven't thought to ask yet. So the next time you hear a health claim that sounds wonderfully simple, pause for a moment. Don't immediately believe it, but don't immediately dismiss it either. Ask the better question. What does the evidence actually say? Because when it comes to our health, it depends may not be a very satisfying answer, but very often, it's the honest one.